A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, President Donald Trump's much-anticipated legislation narrowly passed the House of Representatives in the early hours of Thursday morning, with a vote tally of 215 to 214. This bill, often referred to by the president as the Big, Beautiful Bill, has been the subject of intense negotiations and scrutiny, particularly among Republican representatives. With the House now behind it, the legislation moves to the Senate, where it faces an uncertain future amid a slim Republican majority and a range of objections from within the party itself. The passage of the bill came after days of wrangling with GOP holdouts, and it was a nail-biting affair that saw only 3 Republican representatives breaking ranks to vote against it, risking the ire of President Trump. Senate Majority Leader John Thune acknowledged the delicate balance that House Republicans had to strike to get the bill through, stating, "They cobbled together a very delicate balance over there. But, the Senate will have its imprint on it." As the bill heads to the Senate, the challenges are far from over. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham expressed cautious optimism, calling it a step in the right direction, yet he refrained from giving full support, indicating that the Senate would need to address its own concerns. The objections raised in the House primarily came from fiscal conservatives and Republicans from blue states who were advocating for tax cuts for their constituents. The unease surrounding this legislation is not confined to the halls of Congress. It has the potential to ripple through the broader MAGA movement. Former White House Chief Strategist Steve Bannon voiced his discontent on his War Room podcast, stating, "I have not changed my mind one bit on this bill. This bill could be a lot better. I'm very concerned about the deficits in the short term. It's the best you're going to get for right now." Bannon criticized the $150 billion allocated for defense spending as excessive and expressed his disapproval of Social Security taxes and tax cuts for the wealthy. However, he acknowledged the necessity of selling the bill to the global capital markets. As the Senate gears up for its deliberations, several Republican senators are already expressing their own reservations. Senator Thune, much like House Speaker Mike Johnson, has to contend with a number of fiscal conservatives who are pushing for more stringent spending cuts. Many of these senators are advocating for a $2 trillion ceiling, which would represent a $500 billion increase over the current package. One of the contentious issues is the House's proposed changes to Medicaid financing rules, which could face opposition from senators like Josh Hawley of Missouri, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and Susan Collins of Maine. These senators fear that any alterations could result in electoral backlash. Additionally, there are calls from some senators to make the bill's short-term business tax cuts permanent and to find ways to offset the cost of extending $3.8 trillion in expiring Trump tax cuts through controversial accounting methods that may not garner unanimous support. Concerns also arise regarding the bill's requirement for states to cover at least 5% of the cost of federal food assistance programs for the first time, which could disproportionately affect certain red states, particularly Alaska and South Carolina. Senators are also wary of the bill's cuts to renewable energy tax credits established by the Democrats' 2022 climate law. Senators like Tom Tillis from North Carolina fear that these reductions could lead to job losses and diminished investment in their states. Another major point of contention is the bill's proposal to raise the state and local tax, SALT, deduction cap from $10,000 to $40,000, with a phase-out for high-income earners making over $500,000. This aspect has sparked significant debate, with New York Representative Mike Lawler opposing it and Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson outright demanding its elimination. As the Senate prepares to tackle this legislation, the outcome remains uncertain. The bill's passage could hinge on the ability of Republican leaders to navigate the diverse interests and objections within their party. With the informal July 4th deadline looming, all eyes will be on the Senate as they deliberate on Trump's signature legislation, which promises to be a defining moment in his presidency. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.